was, where you go? You gone? All right, there you go.
Nah. Yep.
Like, man, most of the time we didn't even take our time to even really get to know each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was just like a really, but I don't even think it was us. You know what I mean? I think it was our lack of knowing how to interact with each other for real. Because
Yep.
all of us was just macho for no damn reason.
I mean, it was mostly love. Like I
Yeah,
said, we were very friendly with each other. Everybody. I mean, like I said, all accepting
yeah,
with each other, but none of us ever sat down to learn about each other. You know, it
yeah,
was, and part of it was because we was like you said, macho, 100% football. We don't even thinking like that no more. You know, we didn't know how to think like that, but
didn't, didn't. Man, that is crazy, man. And like I always share with Chuck, like when I was coming through, what got me into sports is the fact that I was running around game banging at an early age, man. I was running around game banging, and then I got shot at. Boy, that shit set me on the straight. That shit stayed me on the straight and narrow. I set
see,
me on the straight and narrow, boy.
see,
And
man,
I'm only like 12, 13 at the time this happened. You know what I mean? Just because it was, that was the customary behavior where I was growing up at. You know what I mean?
see, over here when we moved to this part of town, at 5 years old, my mom put me into baseball. Been playing
Yeah.
baseball my whole life. All I ever knew. Started playing football like 8, 9.
Mm.
But at 5, I'm playing baseball. So I played sports because that's just all I knew.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just, I mean, sport. Everybody in the neighborhood play sports. We rip and run. We wasn't doing no thugging, no hard thugging like that. But
Yeah.
I mean, you knew who was. But
And stayed
me
away
and my
from it.
boy, yeah, me and my boys wasn't. You know, we had the older guys in the neighborhood that kind of kept us clear because they saw that, hey, you got a group of kids that's just going out enjoying life. We ain't got
Yeah.
to be out there doing what everybody else doing. Shoot.
Man. So what part of Atlanta you grew up in?
College Park.
College Park.
Yep.
Mm.
Yep.
It-
Right
it-
here.
it-
Well, Riverdale. My mom's house is in Riverdale.
oh, okay.
All my schools were in College Park. So I always say College Park just out of habit because,
Oh, okay.
but
That's where you at
Riverdale,
now?
Georgia.
You in College Park now, right?
Yeah, I moved back to College Park. Me and my wife brought a house over here, back over here by the airport, uh,
Yeah.
in College Park. Man, it's home, man. You know,
Yeah.
it's one thing I felt when I was in Ohio, man. I never felt home. Like I
Yeah.
like the feeling of going in the grocery store, seeing somebody I ain't seen in 5, 10 years, and sitting there. You know, I'm supposed to be gone for 20 minutes, and you're gone for an hour because you sitting there talking shit
Talking.
with.
Just sitting there talking.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's just a great feeling, and then have people. What really feels good. I'm gonna tell you, and it happened to me a couple times when I was with my dad. You run into one of your parents' friends, and they tell you all the great things that your parents did. So to have people talk positive about me in front of my kids is just a good thing. Because of course
Yeah.
they ain't get to see me play. You know, me
Uh-huh.
and my son talk shit about catching footballs. He got 2 years of football experience. He got he 11. He played when he was like 7 and 8. But of course, he the greatest wide receiver ever lived.
Oh boy.
And all the tapes I got, none of them play. So I can't tell him. I done told him, but I can't show him I can play. So
Wait,
I
no,
got to live off the word of everybody else.
wait, you got the VHS?
I got the VHSs and I pulled them out and don't none of them play. Not one. Not one tape. I was pissed, man. Pissed.
You was about to show him, boy. Wait,
Man.
watch
Yeah.
this, boy.
Oh, yeah. Running comebacks on glove. Now, the practice tapes do play. I got the one-on-one practice tape. As a matter of fact, I might have you on a couple of.
For
I'm gonna
real.
send them to you. Yeah, I'm gonna send them. You might be on a couple of them tapes, the one-on-ones. But and then, like I said, it's just the group one-on-one. But none of the game tapes play. That
Oh man.
none of them show good at all.
Oh
Practice
man.
tapes show.
That's
So
crazy.
yeah, trying to tell them
Man,
little jokers, man.
was you the first one to play football out of the family?
Yeah, man. Nobody, none of my. Well, you know what? No, I'm gonna take that back. My uncle, my mother's brother,
Mm-hmm.
uh, my uncle Larry. He ended up playing at Alabama State. He played at
Nice.
Alabama State for a played DB. Uh, Nobody on my daddy's side played football. But I was the first one to get a Division I scholarship to play.
Sweet.
Uh,
Damn. So you was a site. Was you the first one to go to college?
nah, not the first one to go to college because I had several family members go to college. I don't know how many of them graduated. Like my
Yeah.
daddy didn't graduate, mama didn't graduate.
But they went though.
They went. They got
Yeah.
that college experience in that bill.
Yeah.
They got that bill. That's what the college experience is. That
That
bill.
bill. That
Yeah,
big old bill.
you got to get that bill. That's the college experience. Without a scholarship, that bill.
Oh
So yeah, I think
man.
all I went and got that bill. But I was the first one to go to a D1 school and play football. You
Dope.
know, and
Dope.
that shit, hell, I never thought about playing football in college. Never thought about college. Shit.
Let
Like I
alone
said,
playing football,
yeah, man. You see how big them dudes was, man. My first day on campus, G, bro, I
huh?
really was second guessing. Like, this is really something I want to do. Because I'm seeing dudes, man. As a matter of fact, I don't know if you know D-Jack and Percy. These all dudes and Head. Head was 6'4". His arm was bigger than my head, for real. And this dude played fullback.
And
And
he
I
played
saw,
football.
yes, I saw DJ, Head, and Percy walking together. Now, DJ and Percy was defensive ends. Percy was from New York, so he had this, yo, son. I don't know if he's from New York, but he had old, one of them Yankee accents.
Yeah, yeah,
Son,
yeah.
yo, yo, yo. And all these dudes was just huge, man. And I'm walking behind them thinking to myself, like, they gonna kill me, man. I What am I doing?
What I
I,
signed up for.
yeah, do I love it or do I just like this, man? So, yeah,
Had you
it all,
considering it, huh?
yeah, like had I really, really thought about this thing all the way through, man? Because one of them dudes get a hold of me, man. It's a wrap.
Huh? Oh
Yeah,
man. And you went straight out of high school.
yeah, man. Straight from high school, straight from College Park, man. The crazy thing is, only reason I went to Cincinnati was to take my first plane ride. That's the only reason I visited Cincinnati.
Mm.
I had never been on a plane, so I'm like, you know what? I know I want to get out of Georgia. I know I want to get out of Georgia, but I ain't going, man, where is Cincinnati? Anybody, where's Ohio at? Show me on, I couldn't show you on a map. If that was the $1 million question on who wants to be a millionaire, I'd have failed and lost all the money. I couldn't point Ohio out. The only thing I knew about Cincinnati was was that time they went to the tournament, Bob Huggins' greatest year. What was like '92
Nick Van
when
Exel.
yeah, Nick Van Exel. That's all I knew, man. It's Cincinnati got a football team. All right, I guess I'll take that plane trip and
Man,
shoot.
would you who else was recruiting you?
Central Florida, Marshall, Troy State, all the black colleges bagged off. When I told the black colleges I didn't want to play quarterback, they bagged off. And then I told all the rest of it. Well, South Carolina recruited me too. But I made it clear I didn't want to play defensive back. So everybody bagged off except for Marshall, uh, Central Florida, and Cincinnati. So my boy went to Marshall, and he called me like, Ty, I'm gonna be honest with you, dude. It's a dude named Randy Moss that play up here at Marshall. I don't know if you ever heard of him, but him. Have you ever heard of Randy Moss? He kind of faded away, man. So said Randy like 6'4". All I received was 6'2" or better. Now, Ty, you a great player, but our receivers up here pretty tall, man. They're gonna bring you up here. They're gonna let you play receiver in the spring
And then switch you
and
right on
switch you
over.
over to DB. So
Huh.
don't come up here. This is my partner. Like I said, I've been knowing the dude forever. So he looked out for me. So I
Yeah.
canceled my visit to Marshall. Central Florida, that's when Culpeper was down there.
Mm.
Um, something just didn't feel right about that. Like Central
You
Florida.
took a trip to
I ain't take the trip. It was just the way that the dude was talking, man. I just didn't vibe right well with him.
yeah,
And Troy State, I visited Troy State, and like I said, but it just seemed too country.
yeah,
And Cincinnati, I went, man, and I don't know if you ever met Daryl Roy. You ever met D Roy that
yeah,
played
yeah.
there? Okay, so D Roy was my host. Well, Bake was my host and stole my money, and I always tell Bake, like,
Oh, Bake kept the Bake kept the
kept my
money.
money, kept my money, man. So Bake didn't take me nowhere, but me and old Freaky Frank Frank was on the visit with me too.
Yeah.
Me and Frank, we was out with D-Roy, and bruh, we had a good time that weekend. I
Mm.
mean, a good time, bro. I was
Mm.
like, you know what? This feel like home, bro. This I can mess with these dudes, man.
This is it. This is it.
Yeah, man. This, these cats, man. This is what I'm used to. I didn't know it was like this up here.
Yeah.
So yeah, I signed with Cincinnati, man, and
You
shoot.
signed on your trip, or you
Nah,
stalled them?
I said I was waiting because I was really hoping that Georgia called me, man. I wanted to play. My heart was dead set on playing for Georgia some kind of way, shape, or form. If I
Yeah.
couldn't play for Georgia, well, maybe South Carolina will reconsider. Ain't none of that happened. So
Mm.
I was like, yeah, I signed. I went on ahead and committed to Cincinnati once I got back to town.
Mm.
Uh,
Mm.
and like I said, it worked out fine. Shoot.
Yeah. 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 For sure, man. It's always dope because you along the way you like it's a lot of things that you can regret, but you meet some cool ass people along the way, man, and that's the most enjoyable part. Like it's not that I miss football, but that camaraderie that we
Yep.
used to have,
Yep.
and that's the part that you miss after you done is that camaraderie.
Man. Yep. You said a mouthful, man. Because one thing that I have every time I go back, I wish I can have that feeling of being around campus. Not even being back. I mean, like I said, not talking about reversing time, but just I wish I lived closer to the school that I went to,
Yeah,
so I could show my kids. I want to expose them to that, to be able to
yeah,
walk on campus and know that this is where your daddy played at. This is where your
yeah,
mama played at.
mm,
That's your daddy name on the locker. All this is
yeah,
within reach for you. Like my cousin used to talk to me about going to college all the time because my uncle was into that. But
yeah,
again, I'm like, man, he 2 years older than me. His dream was to play in the major league, so he wanted to be a baseball player. Man, I ain't care nothing about baseball. I mean, I played, I had a great time, but it was just something I did. Like, wasn't no glory like football. You
yeah,
couldn't tell me nothing that glory was different. But I didn't even think about college with that. It was just something I did
yeah.
and had a great time. Never thought past the day, you
You were
know.
just playing sports at that point in time, huh?
Yeah. So I mean, if I look back at it, like even in high school, I was just naturally good at a lot of stuff. I
Yeah,
could run. I wasn't strong, but I was fast. I could catch because I played baseball. I mean, it was just a lot of the stuff I did that was just natural. I was aggressive and I was confident. So
yeah,
I mean, if I could redo anything, man, I go back and definitely lift them weights a lot harder, man. I
mm.
lift, man, get in that weight room. I never took weightlifting serious, ever.
Man, well, let me ask you this then. This is the man. Did you understand the position you put yourself in at the time? Like, did you understand what was at stake?
Nah, I had no clue what I was getting into. I had some good people around me, but even them, uh, I call him my godfather because he the
Yeah,
one that convinced me to play that story I told you about D-Jack and Percy and all them.
yeah. You
Uh,
called him.
well, nah, I had that same look in high school as a
Yeah,
13-year-old. Like, look, I had just played football for him at the park. And then I go up to the high school and I'm seeing these cats like, dude, these grown men, man.
beards and everything. Huh?
You know what? I think I'm gonna just play baseball from now on. He was like, look, man, just you can play quarterback, play for me one more year. So I played for him my ninth grade year. In 10th grade, I went up to the high school and was the starting quarterback. Well, I shared the starting role with Marino Field, one of the greatest athletes ever lived.
Mm,
But I was able to play and
yeah,
be effective, and that just built upon my confidence to be able to get that scholarship. But man, I had no idea, man, what I was getting into, what position I was in. I was going with the flow. You
yeah.
know, I had
Like,
nobody personally in my ear. Like I'm gonna be in my son's ear. Like
yeah,
I just got on the phone with my nephew. My nephew is in JUCO now. I'm in his ear. I'm that guy that's I've been to where he's trying to go. He in
yeah.
JUCO right now.
Wow.
He playing basketball. So I'm talking to him about the benefits of stretching before and after, man. Don't overlook that stuff, man. That
Yeah,
stretching and hydrating. I'm sending them some protein and vitamins tomorrow. All this little stuff, man, it makes a difference. See, they got us out there He said they don't have a speed program. I told him that's the same thing, bro. At Cincinnati, you got wide receivers and wide receivers, DBs, D linemen, and O linemen doing the same workout.
And
We don't
wearing
do
knee
the same
braces.
thing.
And wearing
Yeah,
knee
man. What So again, yeah, it's to have. If I had somebody in my ear like he got in his ear, I probably would have took just to shine some light on some stuff.
Yeah,
Cause yeah, I wanted it, but I didn't know how to go get it.
yeah.
And you saw our wait staff. They didn't really. They all they knew was lift hard, lift heavy.
And
They weren't
cuss at
really.
you.
Yeah, and cuss at you, man. I mean, it was. Dude, tell me, man, I run, dude. Let's go run.
Let's go
Let's do
run.
it. Yeah, that's all I. That's all I need to
Mhm.
know. I run and catch the ball. That's it. So,
Nice. Nice. Man, because you know what was crazy? When I first got there, I used to go run the mile test by myself, right? And
mm,
at this time, I'm like a buck 75, and I keep on hitting like 5:30 mile at this time, 5:30. But every time I look at the damn board, I seen you in front of me. I'm like, damn, who the fuck is this Tye Keith dude? Because I'm hurting after I run this, and he beat this. Man, I used to be like, man, what the hell is this? I'm running the 5:30 mile, and I was up there like I was finishing high, but you was always above me. I'm like, man, what the hell is this? Five,
that's
I mean, I was
like
like,
5:15, 5:10. Yeah, I be telling jokers, man. I used to run, man. I don't know where it came from, but I just running indoors those 9 laps. Like it was just turned out it was easy to run them 9 laps to me,
yeah,
and it got to the point. I be telling, man, folks don't believe me because I joke a lot. But I
yeah.
tell these folks around here, man, back in college, dude, when dudes couldn't make that mile test, they used to make them wake up and run with
Oh,
me. They have to run their first. If they pace themselves to run their first 4 laps with me, they'll pass the test. And shoot, Tim used to make jokers get up and run. Ty, what time you coming to run on Friday? I'll tell him. He'll have 2, 3 guys in there running with me. Most of the
mm.
time, it was Frank or Pup.
Oh,
And,
freaky. Oh,
yep,
freaky.
yep. And shoot, I don't know why. You know what? I don't think Tinker was gone. Tinker
No,
kept,
no,
man.
no, no. Tinker, and I was there when Tink ran the
Troy.
last 2 laps backwards.
Yeah.
It still was like was
Yeah.
what 4 minutes or something. Him and
Yeah.
Troy.
Him and
I
Troy,
was like,
man.
I'm like, what the hell is this?
So
This is
that
ridiculous.
I was trying to compete with them cats, man. And I ran with them one time. They beat me by a couple seconds. Like I was on their ass.
Yeah.
But them boys on another level of just endurance running. That type of running, uh, their weight room dedication allowed them to beat me in that
Mm,
because
mm,
that's what I believe. But
yeah.
that was sometimes there, boy.
Yeah, man. I mean, well, Tinker Cat and Troy, man, I was blown away because I don't think I seen because at the time when we was running in that my first summer, the only people that I kept seeing was Yo Time. I don't know if Troy wasn't running, right? Because then when I seen Troy run, I'm like, what the hell is this? I was like, this
Man,
dude is retarded.
yeah,
This dude
he
is
was
retarded.
ridiculous,
But
man.
yeah,
Yeah,
man. So when you was in high school, right? Did you when you was like did you already? Because man, like when I was coming through, I
mm,
thought you just signed up for the NFL and shit like that, right?
that's what I'm saying. You go to school and you sign up, you get drafted. You
You
know,
know what I mean? This is what I'm thinking. So it wasn't until like my 11th grade year to where I started focusing on trying to pass the SAT and all that stuff. And but my GPA versus my what I was scoring on the SAT, it wasn't the equivalent. So
and
was it anybody in your ear telling you, hey, you need to take the SAT, ACT, anything like that?
we knew we had to take it, but again, the importance of it because I think it was like have a 2.5 and a 850, a 840, 820,
Yeah.
something like that. So uh, I took the ACT twice and didn't pass. I took the SAT probably like 5 or 7 times. I had several homeboys take them up 9, 10, 12 times. But we was all athletes. Like that's one thing that really hurt us. We were in a poor district or poor school. Don't nobody give a damn about North Clay. All nobody go to the other schools. it was, we had to do work, but we weren't forced to think critically. And that
Okay.
SAT and ACT were critical
Critical.
tests.
Yeah.
Um, I had great people around me, but I was still never forced to think critically in the classroom. And that hurt me. That hurt all of us on them tests. And just like I tell my son now, it's all a game, passing these classes. But you could pass these classes and not have a clue on these tests. And that's what happened with me. You go sit in the front row right now, smile at the teacher every day, and go see her twice
You
in
go
her
get
office hour, you're gonna get a C. You ain't gotta pass no test. You're gonna get a C. That, I don't care if it's college, elementary, middle school, you're gonna get a C just
mm-hmm.
by doing that. But that don't prepare you for these tests. And because the classes are overcrowded and everything else, man, all the other uh, uh, hindrances you have, we don't properly get prepared for that test. So
Mm.
that's another thing, like you were saying, I wasn't prepared for none of this stuff, man. I wasn't stupid at all, but I just wasn't prepared for that.
Yeah.
You know, I don't remember half that stuff. I remember one of the classes, um, and I love this lady. I coach her grandson now. I always tell her, remember
Oh,
you
she was.
flunked me? She was my geometry teacher. I
Nah.
stopped going to the class because all we talk about is Oprah every day. I don't even know about Oprah, man. How you gonna fail me? Because I ain't in class for about Oprah, man. You know. And then it got to the point where they was putting you go to your first period class and then you go to homeroom, so you can actually miss first period and still get counted for school. Well, shoot,
Mm. Cause
of course, the smart guy like myself, I figured that out. So definitely ain't going to your class now.
straight to homeroom, huh?
Straight to homeroom. I get to school by 9:30, 10 o'clock.
Uh,
Strolling in like I own the place and
mm.
failed her class. So, like I said,
What she
she,
say to you nowadays? What
oh
she be?
man, she said now she shouldn't have failed me. She glad she got my attention because she did get my attention, but she shouldn't have failed me. Knowing what she know now about how our people are affected by certain things, our people are affected in the long run by failing classes, and we're already up against so much
Mm-hmm.
in the world. She said she shouldn't have failed me, but she did what she's supposed to do. I didn't do
Yeah.
my work, and she failed me. She did exactly what she was supposed to do.
Mm.
So I don't hold nothing against her. Like I said, I just mess with her all the time. Like, man, how you gonna fail me for not wanting to talk about Oprah, man?
Uh,
But nah, she a good lady, man. She real good lady, man.
nice, nice. That's dope. That's dope. What you coaching now?
Now AAU basketball, sixth grade. My son is sixth grade now, so sixth and seventh grade AAU
Okay.
basketball. Soccer. Well, I ain't no coaching soccer. My kids play soccer. I help out when the coach running late. Man,
You
I
pick
don't
it
know
up.
nothing about soccer.
Hey, run hard. That's it.
Man, I all I know is the goalie position. That's it. I don't even
Don't let the
know.
ball get in.
Yes, you have me out there coaching. I tell them run a 2-3 zone or something. Like, what do the other six players supposed to do? Like, man. So yeah, I just keep them busy, man. Keep them
Man,
busy.
but in hindsight, is there anything that you say you would have did different? You know what I mean?
Oh man.
Coming through the ranks.
And see, that's what
Just,
I'm trying
just
to go ahead.
yeah. I'm talking about specifically while you like at the university, like because we at that point in time, man, we really, really a couple plays away from you know our name showing up on that ticker. You know what I mean? It's just a couple
Yep.
plays that'll get you on that ticker for real. You know what I mean?
Um, Number one, take the weight room more serious. I was famous for, well, my first college catch. I don't know if you know this, G. My first college catch, I went for 50 yards, and dude from Toledo, I think we were playing Toledo or Akron, one of them. I faked the cornerback out, got up the sideline, safety dove over and horse collared me. So I ended up with a high ankle sprain on my first college catch, 50 yards.
Mm.
So I went right my whole red shirt freshman year. I went right. I was popping pills, popping pain pills, just trying to stay on the field.
Yeah.
And shoot, Bill had all his little contraptions for your ankle, and I played, but I wasn't right. Ankle wasn't
Mm.
right. My sophomore year, I got hit I forget dude name, Syracuse. We was on TV, man. I caught a slant and dude hit me. The hit didn't hurt, but I don't know if you know this, G, but when you hit the ground don't move. Like, yeah, it's the ground
Ground
don't
don't
move.
give.
It's undefeated, man. Undefeated. So dude separated my shoulder and I was jacked up that year. So I already didn't lift. Now I got a reason not to lift because of my shoulder. So I got 3 years into the program and I ain't really hit the weights hard yet.
Mm.
So I mean I done developed bad habits. Uh, my biggest regret, biggest thing I would change, man, well, two things. Hit that weight room harder. That weight room pays off. Um, I was one track minded thinking all I need to be able to do is run and catch. Well, you got to be able to absorb them blows. And you got to be able to
Yeah.
build explosion speed and all that. You know, looking back, that's the biggest thing I would have changed. And number two is my major. I just got off the phone. I said it's crazy. I just talking to my nephew, man, and he was telling me, you know, some of his dreams and some of his goals. He wanted to be in communications, but he said the coach talked him out of it. I was like, man, that's the same mistake I made. Don't make that mistake. The coach telling you not to take communication because it's gonna mess up his schedule. To hell with his schedule. You living for you. He tell him don't take communications. Take God dog, go into physical therapist, physical. What did he say? Physical therapist or whatever. I say, bro, so
Mm-hmm.
you gonna go take a major. This coach tell you not to take communications, but he wants you to go take a biology class and go take all this other stuff so you can learn how to take people ankles and give people ice packs. Man, the hell with that dude, bro. He don't want you to do it. That's cool. This is a JUCO. So you take your core classes and you
Yeah.
leave after this year. You get your scholarship somewhere else and you leave, man. You got to live for you. You know, at this point, they give you that scholarship. You can't get paid off your name.
Mm.
You can be in the running for the best player in college 4 years in a row. You can't make a dollar off your name.
Mm.
So you do a work for you in the classroom. You know, you make yourself you're an independent contractor, basketball and uh, academic wise.
Yeah.
So you got to build yourself up, man. Got to
Man,
be the
that's
best
crazy.
you.
Good. So is it a scenario like how if you watching the games on Saturday, and depending on what school you watching, you're gonna see when they show each player.
Yep, you
Oh,
already
it's
know,
gonna, it's
man.
gonna communications. But when you get to the offensive linemen, what you hear?
Damn.
Engineering.
Yeah, exact. Boy,
You know what I mean?
man. Hey,
When you
that's
get to
your
them
life.
offensive linemen, is across the board, engineering, this and that. Like, wow.
Business. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yep.
but the skill players, you get the same major. So in your little cousin's case, is it that type of deal at that school where,
I don't
some
know.
schools is criminal justice, some schools is communications, some school is something else?
I don't know. I don't know. But like I told him, for that coach to come off and tell you that quick,
Yeah.
he's steering them kids wrong, man. Don't
He,
let him steer you wrong. You be strong in your convictions. He got a problem. Shoot. Tell him, man, look, this is what I want to do. Period. You already signed on the dotted line, so you there. You
yeah.
already proven you're an asset. You're not a liability, you're an asset. So he gonna play you. He gonna do what he need to do to keep you there. You gotta hold up your end and make sure you pass the classes to be on the court. But shoot, you're an asset, man. Don't let nobody tell you what to do. You got to do what work for you. At this point, you don't owe nobody nothing. You live in your life the way you want to live it. You get an opportunity to play basketball, and you get an opportunity to pick what you want to be in this world at an early period in your life. Go
Yeah.
for it, man.
What about the, because at first, when I first came into UC, I was African American Studies major, right?
Mm.
And go to class. We stand in Calhoun at this time. I go to class. The professor give me a book. I got to read 5 chapters by Wednesday, and it's Monday, right? And he expected me to be able to come to class and dialogue. But I get back to Calhoun, right? I'm in my dorm room, and I hear these fools running up and down the hall. Party time, party central, and I'm
Yes,
sitting
sir.
here, and I'm sitting here, you know, uh, reading this book. But
Yeah.
the cold part about it was you walk into the front office and their name is on the plaque and I'm for 3.0.
Yep.
And I'm like, wait up, man. He was in the hallway all night, man. He was in the hallway all night. When did he study to get a 3.0? And I'm not saying that to knock what they was doing. What I'm saying is that, man, it was a heavy influence on me because after the second, third semester, I gave in. I'm like, man, I'm switching my major, right? Man,
Yeah.
so just that the social setting had a lot of interference there if you're not focused and if you don't know to remove yourself. Because if anything, I should have been at the library studying, right? Not in that
Yep.
damn dorm room. Because I'm talking about on that fourth floor in Calhoun when we was in there. Oh my goodness.
Yes, sir. I think I was in room 420. Me and D-Mar at the end of the hall, last room on the right,
Mm,
the
mm,
fourth floor. Yep.
mm.
But
So
like you
man,
just said though, man, one thing that could have helped you too, and that he has in me and my wife, he can call and talk to us about
yeah,
that. I don't know. Did you have somebody to call and talk to about that? Did you have somebody pushing you to let you know to help you see the bigger picture? Because it's hard for a young man, 18, 19, 20 years old, to see the bigger picture.
yeah. No, so but you got to remember at that time, like we saying call, man. When I first came here, I only had like $100 to my name. But at that time, when we think about, we compress the time and think of us being
Damn.
able to call home as
Yeah.
easily as we are right now. When I used to have to go buy a $20 phone card
Yeah,
that would
you're
only
right.
give me like a couple hundred minutes, and I had to stretch that out. You know what I mean? So as far as being able to call home as often as I would be able to do now, like if I'm in college, check in on my folks. Like, man, it was times when I didn't talk to my family for a month or so. You
Yep.
know what I mean?
I
Because
just had to
I
think
mean, the
about that. You're right.
technology wasn't there. You know
Yep.
what I mean? But
Yep.
still, at that point in time, I had a mentor that I could call. But but that was it. I had a mentor I could call, and he would give me some insight. And I had some older dudes, man. I had a buddy that played for the Bengals at that time, but he got paralyzed in their last season, and he used to look out for me. But man, besides that, like as far as immediate family, no, I didn't have nobody like your son is gonna have now with both of y'all, you and the wife. You know what I mean? You already been through it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Which is definitely an asset when you got somebody that you can lean on, and whether you really take their information, as long as they saying it, you know what I mean, at some point you gonna take heed to what they saying though, you know what I
Yep.
mean,
Yep.
because that's what happened. You know what I mean, we warriors at that time, and it's few people that we, man, plan B, man, I'm going to the league. What you
Man.
talking about, plan B?
Boy, that's how I ended up at the fire department. One of the best decisions I ever made. Godfather, like, look, I know you're going to the league, but just fill this application out for me, real quick. Just
I know you going to the
look,
league,
look.
huh?
I'm gonna throw the application away, but just fill it out for me. And I
Yeah.
got, just I'm gonna just put. I need to get a certain amount of applications in. I need just fill this out for me. I know you're going to play in the NFL. Just
I know, right?
yeah, he got me. And like I said, here I am, 15 years later,
Mm,
still at the fire
mm,
department.
yeah,
Pay the bills. Good,
yeah.
good work.
So when you went on the forest, when you went on the forest, was was it did you get in at a high pay because of your degree, or how did that go?
They give us 7%. It's 3.5% for associate's degree, and then another 3.5% for bachelor's degree on top of your base salary. So I think I was making like 44,000 when I first started,
Nice.
which is great for a
Yeah, yeah,
kid I was 22, 23. I was 23 when I started. No kids on my own. Shoot, that was good for me. It got me
yeah.
back out my mom house because I done so living where we live on the living down the street over there, man, on East Charlton, living that East Charlton life, and then
Yeah.
coming back to live with moms, that wasn't gonna work. So I did that for a couple months, and as soon as I got hired, I was up out of there. I
Hell,
only
as
think
soon
my
as you
first,
got your first check,
hey man, I think I was saving gas money to get an apartment. And as soon as that first check hit, it was gone. Apartment, I'm out.
I can't do this.
Nah, I'm too
Mm,
independent now, man.
yeah, yeah. Especially when you had, I mean, when you was on campus, you didn't, I mean, for the last 2 or 3 years of yours, you was off
Like
campus.
3 years, yeah, because we
Three
lived
years
on
off
East
campus.
Charlton for 2 years, and then we lived on what was that? Stratford Street,
Yeah,
one of the other little street. No, Stratford Street where we had to do that recon mission.
we had to go recon AB.
Hey man, make sure you call AB.
Yeah, we
Make
get
AB
AB,
tell you
man.
that story. That was too
The
funny, man.
recon mission, man.
Yeah, we were some Navy SEALs that night, man. Straight rescue mission, man.
Straight rescue. We went into deep in the enemy territory. It was
Oh
a
man.
block party, y'all.
Hey man, we should have got some Purple Hearts or some black Bearcats or something. They should have gave us some pins on extra pins on our Letterman jacket for getting that boy out of there, man. They
Uh,
had that boy up underneath the car,
uh, uh.
beating him down. Hey, B, get your ass off from underneath that car, man. Come on. Yeah, that
Oh
was
man,
fun,
that's
boy.
crazy.
That was fun, man.
Oh man, we did some crazy stuff. We did some
Yep.
crazy stuff, man. But I think, I mean, it was fun at the time, but we sacrificed a lot for fun, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, looking back now, you like, man, what in the world was we thinking, man?
Mm.
Damn. But we went and got our boy. We went and
Yeah.
got our boy was in trouble. And like I said,
Recon mission.
it was like 4 or 5 of us against the street.
Gets a whole block party.
Yeah. Had to get away car everything. Knotted it up. Look, going up, coming back, had a car ready to go. Yeah. They say he in the northeast quadrant. Let's go.
He's in the north. We in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh, boy.
Using all
Oh,
my anytime minutes. Like, dang, AB. Yep.
oh, AB. Oh, AB.
Yep.
Man, that's dope. Man,
Man,
so what if you was to talk to 20-year-old Tye Keith right now, what you telling me, man?
man, go get in that weight room, be a monster, be a manimal in that weight room. The way success for athletes, well, for football players especially, uh, it started in that weight room.
Mm,
And I never accepted that. Just like a lot of us, I'm like, I know a better way to do it. I'm gonna take an easier route. So I did that. I did not lift, and then I allowed myself to continue to get distracted further and further away from what my goal was. Goal was to play in the NFL, but I didn't take it serious. I didn't put the right type of work in to make it there, to play
mm,
professionally. And then once I realized, like, look, I'm 22 now. I don't have nothing, but I'm about to get this job with the fire department. I knew that was coming.
yeah.
Do I want to sacrifice being on the road like my brother? I'm talking to my brother Blue, talking to Blue.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Blue at that time he had just got in, but hearing what he's saying about it and hearing how Blue talk about it, it contradict everything that I think about it. Because I'm
Yeah.
thinking about the money, but Blue telling me about the struggles of it. And I'm like, damn, man, what do I really want to sacrifice? How do I really want to live?
Yeah.
Like even now, I can live how I want to live. I can go make $1 million. But what am I willing to sacrifice?
For
Yeah. So, you know, back then, young me, old me, I definitely tell myself, focus on that weight room and go catch 200-300 balls a day.
it. Every
Catch the
day.
ball every day. You think
Every
about
day.
how much time I wasted, man.
Mm,
Again, going back to the house, man, go get in that weight room. Go run. Go do some ladder drills. Go catch the ball. I don't care who throwing it. Like I said, it could be from the jugs machine. Go catch some balls. Just be perfect, man. As perfect as you can. Practice to be perfect. You
Mm.
know, like I said, I had opportunities to do different stuff now, but what am I willing to sacrifice? I ain't have nothing to. I had very little to lose then, so the sacrifice it wouldn't
Now,
have been as great. Yeah, but now it's like, damn, I have opportunities to make money, even more money. But what do I want to sacrifice? And not spending time with my kids
yeah,
and my family. Nah, I ain't
you man in the
sacrificing that.
family.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I value that. So it's like I got a call. I done got 3 calls today actually to go work overtime at the fire station. So when we work overtime, we there 48 hours.
mm. And then
I
you're gonna
don't
be
want to
right back
sacrifice.
at work. How many days you off?
So you'll go for 48 hours. You'll come home for 24, and then you back there for another 24.
Mm.
So man, you just not willing to sacrifice.
Yeah,
That time with that family is valuable. You can't get that stuff back.
can't get it back.
So
And
yeah,
then, so like, but when you at work, you there for days in a row.
yeah. But
You there
one
for
day,
days in a row. Yeah,
yeah. So the regular schedule is 24 on, 48 off. But if you work overtime, if you work a day in the station for overtime, you'll work uh, 48 hours in a row. So I work 48 hours in a row and then be off for 24.
yeah,
So like I said, it pay the bills, man. But you're sacrificing every time you do something like that. So
yeah,
being away from the family, boy, that don't take a toll on you, man.
yeah, yeah. Man, that's
Uh,
crazy.
yeah, man. So, but like I said, man, I'm able to pay bills and shoot, get up there to Cincinnati every now and then, see my boys,
Yeah.
and shoot. Like I said, hopefully we can get you out there next year. You know,
Man, I'm out there this year. What you talking about? I'm out there this year.
see, me
Oh,
and
you
Van were
talking
just
golf
talking
out?
when,
You
yeah,
talking?
the golf out, man. Me and Van were just talking. We ain't coming up there for homecoming, not this year.
Oh no,
We
y'all not coming down.
we gonna go do something else. We don't know
Oh, okay.
what yet, but we're going to do something else. Yep, I'm talking about just about 2-3 hours ago. Me and him was talking about this. So yeah,
Oh, okay, okay, man. So let me. What's your 40-year-old Tye Keith talking to the young guy? What's your major now? What have you considered the possible major that you would have taken? Why?
communications, definitely. Communications or something like building construction. Uh,
A trade, like a trade.
yeah, man. Yeah. Because I'm telling these guys now, uh, and again, this gets me to a lot of arguments at work and just around random people. And I love the debate. I should have been a lawyer, but I didn't want to go to school for 8 years. But I do know the law. But you can be, I can be a high school dropout and run or own a Fortune 500 company. But if you want to work for me, you got to have a 4-year degree.
Mm,
Um, I know way more people doing extremely well without the college degree in this world. They have trades, they have associate's degrees, or they have certifications. Your 4-year degree, college teaches you how to be an employee. It's very few majors that you go into in college for this $160,000, $200,000 education that teach you how to be an independent um, business owner.
mm-hmm.
Um, Even business management teach you how to manage somebody else's business. It
Wow.
ain't teaching you how to start your business.
Yeah.
You look at guys that take building construction. Yeah, I go into that, but that still lead me into a trade, something I can put my hands on, something I can pass my son off to, my kids, pass that
Yeah.
business on to my kids. Criminal justice, yeah, that's unless I'm going to be a lawyer, that really don't pay off.
No.
And that's 8-10 year commitment. Do I
Yeah.
really want to do that? Eh, but it doesn't teach you how to be independent. College teaches you how to be an employee. You get a 4 or 5 year task. You complete this task. Now you can come work for whatever company you want. You can't own your company. I'm not teaching you how to own your company. I'm teaching you how to work for a company, how to be the best employee you can be. But
Yeah.
if I go to this 2-year trade school for $7,000, I can go work. I can go learn how to completely redo a HVAC system or completely how to rewire a whole house. And not only am I owning my own company, but I got a neighbor. Shoot, he said he rewired everything in the airport. He rewired all the darn AD machines in the airport.
Wow.
I'm like, man, my goodness.
And he a
2 year
private
degree.
contractor too?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Uh,
Yep, yep.
straight. Man, that's it.
So,
And because the old model is, man, you go to school, get your degree, because that was my perception. Once you have a degree, you know, you're gonna make so much more money. And then when I started working, it was I asked the dude next to me without a college degree how much money he made. Uh he wasn't insecure about it. He told me how much he made, and I was only making 25 cents more than him.
yeah.
And
So
I
I
was
mean,
like, man, I'm glad that I didn't have to pay for that. You know what I mean? Because if I would have had to pay for
yep,
that degree, I would have been upset. But when I do think about it, though, like Rob, right? Rob sitting there making probably 100 plus because he took a degree that would afford him.
that pay,
I mean, granted, he's working managing somebody else's business, but he's still in a position to where he's making enough money to live above poverty. You know what I mean? Above middle
yep.
class. You
Oh
know what I
yeah,
mean?
yep, yep. You right. You right, man. It's again, people talk about wanting to get their kids to college experience, and I'm like, well, you don't take my argument, don't take my conversation the wrong way. Send your kids to college if they can have oversight.
Yeah.
If without the oversight, I don't think any of us would have passed. We had just think about what the coaches had to do to make
To
sure we
keep us
did
in
what
line. To
we had
keep
some
us in line.
serious oversight, and we had millions and millions and millions of dollars making behind us, making sure that we were where we were supposed to be. They mapped out our whole day.
Mm.
For me to send my son to college or my daughters to college without oversight, just so you can have a college experience, man, that's crazy. I like it.
Man,
Don't make sense to me, man.
nah. Because I mean, just think if those guidelines of having to get up for morning runs wasn't there.
Yeah,
Because with them there, we still managed to do some craziness. You know,
yeah.
we still was able to manage to do something crazy to where we was always almost messing that up.
I thought that was cruel and unusual to wake up at 4:35 in the morning. I mean, that's my norm now. I get up at 5 all the time
Yeah.
without an alarm sometime. Like, damn, I might get up at 4:59 right before the alarm go off.
Mm.
And I mean, it's like, damn, that's my everyday. I mean, I take a nap too throughout the day,
Yeah.
but still, like, shoot, this 5 o'clock ain't nothing. But I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it's teaching and pushing the kids the right way. Anytime people are pushing that agenda, you got to go to school. You got to go. Well, school ain't for everybody. It really ain't. And without the oversight, without football, I don't think I would have went. I know I wouldn't have went to school. My parents weren't sending me to school. Wasn't gonna happen. And that's what I tell my kids now. I'm not paying for you to go to school. If you don't do what you're supposed to do right now to earn you a scholarship, I'm not paying for you to go to college to get a college experience. I will pay for you to go to trade school. I'll invest that $5, 10, $15,000 if you go get a trade. And if you want to go to college afterwards, if you still feel like you want that college experience, then hey, you'll be able to pay for your own way to go through school.
Mm-hmm.
You able to start your own business. Most people go to college so they can get out and get a good job. If you go to trade school, not only are you getting out, getting a good job and you'll learn some experience in your trade, and in 2 years be able to start your own business.
Mm.
I mean, it's several people at 25, 26 making several $100,000 from trades. Look at all these sisters doing how
Yeah.
killing it. I told
Killing.
my daughter right now, with her skills right now as a 14-year-old girl, I can go get you a salon chair and hook you up in the basement right now. Hook up you a nice little area. You could set you a goal to make $150 a week. That's 3 heads a week you have to do.
Wow.
Making more money legally than everybody in your school
Yeah.
as a ninth grader.
As
And
a
you could
ninth
do that
grader.
on the weekend.
Mm.
I mean, shoot.
Just
And
from knowing how to do hair.
yeah, she did a
Nice.
little girl had the other day. Sunday. I don't know how much she made, but she made
She
more
made
than.
some money. She
That's what I
made some
told
money.
her.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she get a taste of making that money, man. Shoot, that's all it is, man. You got to find something that drives you, and if it's the money that drives you, hey, cool. You do what you do for a little while until you figure out what else you want to do. But always be making money. You gotta love it though. Money,
Yeah.
money right now controls it all. It's not many people that's able to do for a living what they love. That's why they call it work. It ain't fun. You ain't waking up going for fun every day.
You
People get
going
up
to
and go to
work.
work. Yeah. So I mean, hey, if you love what you do, that's great. But it ain't many people that are in
Do
absolute love with what they do. So
it.
make your own way.
Yeah. Mm, mm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
man. Sweet, sweet, man. Well, thanks for your time, man. Man, I think we covered a lot, man. We gonna do it again. We probably do something like a whole board where we like 5 or 6 of us just get on here and dialogue. You know what I mean, and chop it up that way.
All right, man. I'm always down for it, brother. Hey, this is a great idea, man. I'm down for this anytime, bro.
Nice, nice, man. I appreciate you giving me your time and giving the people sharing your experience with the
Hey, no
people, man.
problem.
Maybe
No
it,
problem,
it,
G.
it may be something that can, save one of the youngsters that's going through the collegiate experience, you know what I mean? And help them make a decision, or that one time when he feeling tired or she feeling tired, I don't feel like doing this, to go pick up the ball and put up some shots or go catch some rocks. You know what I mean?
You gotta be obsessed with it, man. I mean, and if you're not obsessed with it, and that's with anything, if you ain't obsessed with it, it's a great possibility you're not gonna be as successful as you want to be
Mm,
in your mind. Like my man say, Eric Thomas, man. When you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. You know,
mm, mm.
it's it's real. It's
Just
real.
become obsessed with it, huh?
Gotta be.
That's what you're gonna leave them with, man. Become
Yep.
obsessed with it, huh?
That's it. That's it.
Hey, man, that's powerful, G.
Yep.
That's powerful, G. But
But
again, man, I definitely appreciate you, Ty. It was
all
a
right, brother.
pleasure as always, G.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir,
All
man.
right.
All
But
right,
I
bro.
hit it. All right, peace.
I'll holler at you.
All right.